Okay, sir, I'm part of the camp of queers who suffer from liberal bigotry. Liberal bigotry is basically when bigotry is hidden and portrayed as an honest message. For example, saying, "I want you to think about it more after you come out." Or, "I accept you, but under my rules you cannot act on this." Another word for liberal bigotry comes from the Bush administration law that got gays discharged from military service. I'm of course talking about don't ask, don't tell. So if a person suffers from liberal bigotry, they're living under don't ask, don't tell policy. Now, in my case, my family's reaction was, "You need to take more time to think about it." For someone who doesn't know the meaning, it went okay. But that is just the parents wishing you'd later renounce your sexuality or gender identity by the time you're 18 or 21. When I came out at 18, my mom said, "I've known since you were 4, and then we went out and had a nice dinner and celebrated the rest of the night." She has a recurring calendar appointment in her phone to notify her of the anniversary of my coming out every year. Needless to say, I'm incredibly grateful to have such a wonderful mom. I'm not gay, but I knew since about 4 that I was into BDSM. It wouldn't become sexual until puberty, but I was way into tie-up games and damsel in distress scenes on Saturday morning cartoons. My daughter has been into trying up Barbie since she was 2. Her favorite part of Frozen is Elsa in chains, and she'll remember any movie or book with these features forever and tell you that's the part she wants. For a while there, tying up herself was the thing. I don't want to shame her about it, but I have explained she can't do it to other kids. I knew I liked girls since I was 3. These older late teen or 20-something girls always wanted to hold me at church replayed events. I liked it because I liked snuggling up with them. When my cousin came out, the adults were all surprised. His sisters knew and his mom had feeling. My mom came in and just said he was gay with this concerned look on her face. Not realizing her shock, I just replied, "Yeah, I know." She thought I misheard. "No, I know he's gay." Shock. "When did he tell you?" Me, he never did. I figured it out 2 months after I met him from the first time. She gave this look of non-comprehension. I legitimately had to explain gaydar to her. I remember when I came out to my parents. The first thing my mom said was, "Oh, that makes sense." And to this day I don't know what she was referring to. She was referring to your obvious gayness, lol. Moms play dumb a lot. Deceivingly so. She knew the whole time, I'm sure, and just didn't care and was waiting on you to say something first so as not to embarrass you. Sounds like you have a good mom. I'm not a parent, and I am most certainly straight. All my friends know that I don't really support this whole gay thing though. A friend of mine one day randomly came up and said that she was bi. I honestly couldn't care less. I said something like, "Oh, really? Cool, I got news too. This Pop-Tart tastes amazing." Then I shoved the Pop-Tart into my mouth. I literally didn't give 2 shits. If you're gay, then you're gay. If you're gay, then you're gay. We're still friends. I may not support it, believe in it and in it being natural and stuff, and I may not think it's right and whatnot, but doesn't mean that I'll stop a friendship over something so stupid. I respect her decision to become bi, and when she tells me about her girlfriends, I don't belittle her or her relationship. Why lose a friend because they don't agree with you on something? I don't get why people make such a big deal out of this. Sure, you're entitled to your opinion, but don't belittle someone over their views on a subject. That's called being an asshole. While I really think you're wrong thinking about not being natural, or it's just a choice, I really appreciate the fact that you don't judge her for it. Though I think you should research more about LGBT, may open your mind. Every animal with sexual reproduction has confirmed cases of homosexuality. Completely normal. But really, I'm happy you aren't willing to shame people about it. I am a lesbian. My dad actually just straight up asked me, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "You ruined it." Because I had this huge awesome coming out thing planned. After, when the conversation was on a completely different topic, my dad said, "Can I tell you a secret?" And I said yes. Then he goes, with a completely serious expression, "I like girls too." He and my mom have been married my whole life. Best dad. My daughter was 12, I think, and one night she was upset about something, then got really quiet before saying that she had something to tell me, but was afraid to. I reassured her that there was nothing she could say that would change how I feel about her, and she said that she thought she liked girls and boys the same. I had no clue that she felt that way, but I smiled at her and told her I'm glad she told me and that I loved her. I shared with her that my first real kiss was with a girl and that there was nothing wrong with that. She's 20 now and she and her girlfriend have been together for nearly 5 months now. They are an absolutely amazing couple. Friend of a parent here. After a lifetime of trying to get the boy into sports, even riding a bike, they finally succumb to the fact that the child loves the performing arts. During this time, the boy's cousin came out as trans. She is becoming a he. My friends embrace the boy's affection for theater and help him succeed and support him 100%. His dad said to me once, "For all I know, he's gay or trans. I don't care. I love my child. I feel like riding a bike is just a good skill to have." Has it been gendered? Don't you know that bicycling leads to promiscuity? A woman on a bicycle will abandon her husband and children and go off to become prostitutes, or worse, lesbians. She'll start wearing bloomers and ruin her health and her reproductive organs. Only a man is hardy enough to ride a bicycle safely. At least, according to the Victorians. Never suspected the gay son. I actually thought the straight son was gay. When my actual gay son told me at about age 15, I hugged him, cried and told him that was so awesome because now I'd be the only woman he ever loved. That was somewhat in jest, but it made him laugh. His siblings and I are all extremely supportive to be allies. Nice mom joke. Our oldest is like 100% obviously gay, has been forever. Spent a lot of time telling him, "It's okay, you can come out, we won't judge." Turns out he is totally straight, but his younger sister is gay as the day is long. She thinks it hilarious that he took the suspicion all those years while she skated by unnoticed. I had no idea my daughter was queer until she told me right before she graduated high school 8 years ago. She told me that she was dating someone new and that the person was female. I was shocked but in no way upset or disappointed. Due to my shock, though, I did fumble for words, and for reasons known only to God, the first question I blurted out, "So do you guys like kiss and stuff?" Fortunately, my daughter has a good sense of humor. I love her, I want her to be happy, and I support her fully. Seriously, the biggest issue for me is the realization that some people want to harm my child based on her sexual preference alone, that people have died because some crazy-ass person took such issue with something so completely none of their business that they killed them. I try not to dwell on that, but it's a very real fear. My son came out to me as bi a year ago at Pride, haven't missed a Pride in 20 years. Told him that I loved him and he was still the same person that he was 10 minutes ago. I also told him that I was proud of him and grateful and honored that he confided in me. He also told my boyfriend, whom my kids consider the bonus dad. Unfortunately, he asked that we not tell his bio dad. Not that I would out him, as it's not my place. Sad that he can't be himself 2 weekends a month, he's only 13. I just want my children to be free to be their authentic selves at all times. P.S. I'm happy to adopt anyone whose parents haven't been accepting. You are perfect just the way you are, and no one should deny you that. Thank you for respecting that he doesn't want his bio dad to know. Mine still doesn't know about the fact I'm not hetero and I'm rapidly approaching 30. He may never know. That entire side of the family may never know. I hope yours eventually braves that storm so he can be himself, but there's always a good reason if we don't want a family member to know. Yeah, it's not my right to out him. Hell, we've only talked about it once, and when he's ready, he will reveal more. It just makes me sad that as a society, we can't love and respect one another for things out of our control. You can't help how you are born, and it's no one's right to judge you. I've always been an ally and will always be an ally. I'm honored that my son trusts me and my partner enough to tell us. He hasn't told his little brother, the super close, mostly because he doesn't understand. But my little one and I were the only ones that walked in our pride parade this year, and he's super accepting, yet it's still not my place. Pretty sure that my ex-husband would be super accepting. He's very loving and accepting of his trans nephew, but I can't say the same for his very Southern Baptist family. My kids have grown up around the LGBTQIA+ culture their entire lives and know that everyone is born perfectly just the way they are. I'm so sorry that you have to live in secret, but if you need a stepmom, I'm here. I'm only 35, but my kids call me a boomer. Ooh.